These people, the Annunaki, are watching us. And before you think we finna get into a nuclear war, these people ain't having it. And by the end of this video, it's all gonna make sense. Nikola Tesla was the first one to pick up a detection of something being out of space that wasn't supposed to be there. He was conducting an experiment in 1899 called the Colorado Springs experiment, where he was getting radio signals from outer space when there was supposed to be absolutely nothing up there, no signals, no anything. And it says Tesla himself didn't explicitly refer to a Black Knight satellite. Well, how could he refer to something that he doesn't even know exists? That's another way Google's trying to take you off path, but just follow me. This is an actual real photo of a Black Knight satellite. And you can see this thing is very big. Here's a closer picture of it. Right here, they try to say this was space debris, but you can see the technology and the grooves and the cuts. This is definitely extraterrestrial made, and not to mention it weighs 15 tons. Our heaviest satellite is 2 to 3 tons. We can't launch nothing that heavy into space. This is an article about a guy by the name of Duncan Looney, who also got a signal from this Black Knight satellite 30 years later after Tesla did the same exact signal, but he was able to decode the signal unlike Tesla, and it was telling him that it was coming from a constellation called Epsilon Bootis. But we're gonna worry about Epsilon Bootis a little later, and I'm gonna tell you who owns that constellation. Here's a news article I found in the 1930s. A mysterious polar satellite believed Russians spotted. Well, the Russians said that they didn't launch a satellite. They didn't have the capabilities at the time, and also, like I mentioned earlier, this satellite is 15 tons. There's no way we can launch anything that heavy into space. And not to mention, the satellite is doing a polar orbit, something we didn't learn how to do till the 1980s. If you don't know what a polar orbit is, that's when the satellite scans the Earth from top to bottom, not side to side like our satellites were doing. Well, this is what the Sumerians believed, and if you don't know who the Sumerians are, this is the oldest known civilization to the world. And yes, these were black people in Africa. And they believed that the Sumerian astronomy, the constellation Bootis, was associated with the god Enlil, which was the supreme god of Earth when the Sumerians were on Earth. Enlil is also believed to be Yahweh in the Bible, the biblical Jesus. And as you can see, here's a picture of Enlil and his family. The Annunaki, the Elohim, the Nephilim, the Watchers. And if you believe the Black Knight satellite is not true, well, do you remember Oumuamua, which was discovered in 2017, confirmed by scientists to be an interstellar object, and this is not a comet because it wasn't leaving a comet trail. Basically like fumes from an exhaust from traveling through. What they discovered was this thing was a moving spacecraft, and like Neil deGrasse Tyson said, once you get so advanced in technology, your technology won't look like technology no more. It'll start to look like nature. This is an article released in 2010 of ex-military personnel telling Congress how UFOs were showing up to the military base broad daylight deactivating nukes, and they was just trying to test them. Well, this not the only military base it happened in. It happened in multiple. So that's letting you know that these people are not allowing us to nuke ourselves. We're not doing that anymore. That happened in the past, and the Anunnaki vowed to never let that happen again. They are watching us through this Black Knight satellite, and I believe the Oumuamua was also a space probe they were sending by to get a closer look at what we was doing.